The last few weeks, I've been under a just constant attack from current year Baen Books authors. And I really don't know what started it or what set Larry Correia off, but they just went ballistic. They've libeled me with all sorts of things, calling me an anti Semitic Nazi. It seemed like something that the woke SJWs were saying. But we're pretty magnanimous around here. And I, of course, am a book influencer at the end of the day. And as a writer, as a journalist, of course, I take a different tack on things. And I want to present, despite all of the troubles this company has set upon me, my top 5 favorite Baen books. You're probably not going to expect most of these, and a lot of them are just like really buried in the past here, something where Baen, I think, used to be a pretty great company. And I do want to highlight the great books that have come out from this. So let's get into the news right now, my friends. And if you're new to the channel, my name's John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. This is my Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. If you like any of the books on this list, or if you just like military science fiction, you will absolutely enjoy this. Go check this out on Amazon. My author page is in the description below, as is my bookstore on my website proper. And thank you guys for supporting our art over the years. That's what this is about. Now, my top 5 favorite Baen book of all time is going to be The Ship Who Won. This is by Anne McCaffrey and Jodi Lyn Nye. This is a series in her Ship series, and of course, Jodi Lyn Nye was co-writing with this. And Jodi Lyn Nye is a fantastic writer. She really did a lot of work, especially with Robert Asprin in his worlds. And she teamed up with Anne McCaffrey a number of times. Here it is. On a mission to search the galaxy for intelligent beings, Carolee and Kef encounter a bizarre alien race ruled by sorcerers who seem to possess magical powers of enormous potency. So this is a pretty interesting book right here in this series. And what happens in these is there's just different brain chips. What happens is, gosh, probably get canceled today. Disabled people in the future get put into these ships, and they run the ship as its brain, or even a city in one point as its brain. It's a very interesting thing. They take people who would not have a functioning body otherwise, and they become these sort of ships. There's a lot of romance involved with it too. It's a weird thing, but it is science fiction, so it's very interesting too at that front. And this was one of the better offerings in that series. 1994, we took it all the way back to. My number 4 top 5 favorite Baen book of all time is Sharon Lee and Steve Miller's Agent of Change. This is a husband and wife who write together, and they've been putting this Liaden universe together for a long, long time. It all started back here with they say 2018. This is a recent printing. It's been out for a lot longer than that. And these characters are fantastic. The Liaden characters are really based upon, they've got almost like a Japanese feudal sort of system to them, where they really live by the Bushido code, but kind of in space. And then, of course, they go around and act in different regards, dealing with different threats that are going on to their family, to their planet, etc. out there. And so we get to learn about them right here, introducing Valcon Yosfelium, interstellar spy, starship pilot, musician, and incidentally brother to clutch turtles. And they're an alien species out there we learn about in this book. Running from an assassination, he comes upon Mary Robertson, a not-so-retired mercenary soldier born to trouble on a backworld and facing disastrously uneven odds in a firefight with her former employees' enemies. They kind of team up, and there's kind of like an escape sort of situation in this book right here. And the characters are great. And of course, there's a nice romance plot in it. You'll see a theme that I like that across these here. My number 3, top 3 Baen book of all time is Elizabeth Moon's Once a Hero. This is the Vada's War deal. And of course, this is a whole beautiful setup of this defense fleet that exists where Esme Suiza has to then find herself taking command before she's ready of a ship and having to face a battle in that situation. Really good stuff, and this entire series kicks off right here. It's amazing. 1998, we're taking it back to. Captain Flandry, Defender of the Terran Empire. Now, these were not originally published by Baen Books, obviously, but they picked up and they compiled these. So Paul Anderson has this beautiful universe as well. And this is, I think, book 3 or 4 in it. The first one does not actually have to do with Captain Flandry proper, but it's a bunch of events that lead up to that. And it's an era of a Terran Imperium, where things have gone into decay, and it's basically a James Bond in space sort of situation. In this one, Flandry's gotten a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and there's several novellas in here and a couple of novels that are all compiled. and it's one of the greatest science fiction reads out there. Every Paul Anderson story has a wonderful world to it. It's got cool developments for the characters and, of course, the overall global conflicts that are going on. But he focuses on these small events also. Best science fiction writer, maybe of all time, right here. I will go out on that limb right there. And my number one top favorite Baen book of all time is A Civil Campaign by Lois McMaster Bujold. That's right. Lois McMaster Bujold wrote this beautiful, beautiful series with the Miles Vorkosigan saga, and this again is the like kind of romance deal with it. The first romance started in the book before this, but this is where they get married, and it ends up being like a romantic comedy in space in the Imperium. It's pretty fun. And so this gets really silly, and Lois McMaster Bujold really flexes a different muscle here than what she'd written in books before, and I liked her creativity when she was working in this, and wonderful stuff right here. All right, so this is it, my friends, and it's good stuff, and this was the edition from, 2000, back in the day. Fun stuff from Baen Books right here, and yes, I'm an avid science fiction reader. I'm an avid science fiction writer. And so let's hope that some of these people who are currently with the company dial down and get back to focusing on science fiction, books, and of course, making our culture great again, because that's what we're doing over here, my friends. And that is what the Iron Age is all about. So join us, hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what your favorite books are. Love to hear in the comments down below, and we'll be back soon.